I felt like I have to make this video. I don't know who's gonna see it, who's gonna even stop and look at it. I'm not bouncing around in my car. I'm not at the beach on a bathing suit. It's just me needing to get this out. So here it goes. Maybe somebody has to hear this, because I know I'm not the only one that goes through this. This is going out to everyone that thinks that they're alone. Sometimes we think we have no one. And a lot of the times, we don't stop and really make an inventory of who we really do have. That one person that you can call, that one family member that you can call, even though you might be thinking you're alone. And I'm sharing this because those who follow me, and when I do speak about something serious, you guys will know, like, I do suffer from a mental illness, which is schizophrenia. And it's just recently that I've been verbalizing about it, because for a long time, I was embarrassed. I didn't want no one to know. I was diagnosed in like 90, 95, 96. And back then, you didn't want to be categorized with a mental illness, especially not the big S word, the schizophrenia, because automatically people think we're fucking serial killers. But this is an illness that is with you. It doesn't go away. There's no cure. The treatment sucks. But it's okay. Me and my demons, we're talking now. So that's an improvement. And I'm taking my medication, so it's an improvement. I can cry. I can show emotion now. Before, I wasn't really able to do this. But the reason I'm bringing that up, because you guys know I don't want no pity. I'm not no fucking victim. God made me like this, so I'm perfect. This is me. And I'm okay with that. But the reason this is going out to people that think they're alone, while at work, the voices come and go whenever they please. You don't have no control of that. You spend your whole life arguing with these voices. And your reality is not the reality of everybody around you, because your reality is really only your reality. It's almost like you're looking from the outside in and you can't stop what's going on. You're in a constant war with these voices that are screaming so fucking loud in your head. And this bitch doesn't shut the fuck up for nothing. And I'm bringing that up because I had nobody to call today. And it's not my first time. Yes, I did try reaching out to like 3 people. They didn't pick up. I had to call a hotline. Because at least my mental was saying, no, Erica, you got to talk to someone. You got to let this out. You can't keep it in. Because my sadness turns to anger. My anger turns to violence. And I don't like being that person. And I don't make an excuse for it. But I know better now. But it saddened me. And at the same time, I want people to know, don't say you don't have no one. Because a lot of times, people have someone. Yes, I have family members that love me, but they're just not here. And it's my fault because with this illness, you become so inverted. And I've been inverted for the last 4 years after my accident. That now that I'm trying to become more sociable and like reach out, I don't know how. And then the paranoia sets in because it's like the voices start playing with you. Like you don't have no one. It's just you against the world. Everybody's against you. You just have to keep being aggressive. Fuck your feelings. And once again, that's not real reality. I can't say fuck my feelings. I can't let this bottle up. So I picked up the phone and I called the hotline. And I feel better. They were able to talk me down. So before you say you don't have no one, stop and think. Is your only resort to let it out is a hotline? And I'm okay with that because it's a proven fact. Sometimes you feel more open, more free to talk to a complete stranger that has no judgment on you. And I just wanted to share that. Don't take for granted the people you do have in your life. Because I've come across a lot of good people and they try to befriend me, but me being so isolated, it's hard. A lot of you guys don't understand that for the last probably like 4 years, I was in quarantine. I was in my room. I didn't want nobody to visit me. I wasn't talking to anyone. I wasn't trying to be friends with anyone. So it's like, it's not like people didn't try to friend me. It's just my mind wouldn't let me. I would get anxiety just thinking, oh my God, I gotta get dressed and walk through that door. And I'm learning to get out of that bad habit. Because it's not fair to me. It's not fair to people that out there that really wants to be like, come on, Erica, snap out of it. Let's just go for a ride. Let's just go to the beach. And I would make an excuse or I'm just too tired. And I'm not doing nothing. 9 out of 10 times, I'm in the house. Not talking to anyone. Just lost in my brain, lost in my head. And it's like, I'm trying to get out of it. I want to have a social life. Like, I've been in Florida 15 years, and I don't really have a best friend that I can call at 5 in the morning and be like, yo. What's real right now? So, don't take for granted the people you have. And those people that are out there and you're going through any kind of mental illness and you're embarrassed because you might be the head of the household, you might be, the independent person, you don't want to show weakness. A lot has to do with your background. Us people that are from the Caribbean, like, growing up, they used to tell my mother she just needs her ass whipped. That's what she needs. Fuck that shit. We didn't believe in depression or ADD or ADHD or bipolar. Like, nah, that bitch needs to get punished. She just da-da-da-da. You understand? So it's like we're not as open as, the American society, I guess. People from the Caribbean, they're just like, you don't talk about your problems. You don't need no fucking pills. That's all in your head. So it's hard. People who suffer in silence and they don't have no one to talk to because they're embarrassed or they think, people are going to judge them a different way. And it's like, I get it. I'm 44. I was diagnosed when I was 19. And it took me all those years for me to be like, I can't control this. It can't be mind over matter because my mind is not set up the right way. But it makes me me. And I'm okay with that. I like being a little different. But I'm just telling people out there, don't take for granted. If you're going through any kind of emotions, if you're going through any kind of traumatic experience that you think is just like mind-blowing for your situation. My situation might have been devastating to me, but yours doesn't, that doesn't make it any less devastating for whatever you're going through. And it's okay. It's okay. Don't push the people that love you away. Don't do that, because that's the enemy. That's your illness doing that to you. And you gotta be strong in your faith. And you gotta be strong in yourself. And you, like I tell people, God made you for this life. He knew everything that was gonna happen to me before it happened. And he gave me the strength to endure all that shit. All of it. And I'm here. And I'm not much of a motivational speaker because I have to be censored in the way I speak. And I've been censored my whole life. And I'm at a stage in my life that I'm 44. I no longer have to be censored because of my career. I no longer have to be censored because my kids are young and I don't want them to have, kids talking, oh, their mom and this and that. I didn't want them to ever have that kind of ruckus happening in their life. This is the first time I don't have to be censored for no one. And it feels so good for me to say what the fuck I want to say, how I want to say it in the moment I am saying it. And I do not apologize for the shit that comes out my mouth. I don't. Because 9 out of 10 times, if I'm commenting on it, whether it's a joke or not, it's probably coming from experience. It's not make-believe, something I saw in a movie. It's my movie that I have the main role in. And I share it. And it feels good not being censored. And now I'm not embarrassed to say, I'm medicated. I'm a schizophrenic. I own it. I know I gotta take medication for the rest of my life. And I'm okay with that. But it makes me a better person. And that's all that matters. I didn't realize that people were like, why are you so angry? But your face. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm not angry at you. I didn't realize that I was so aggressive. That wasn't my intention. The way I would speak was very blunt and just no feelings, just like whatever. Like I didn't have that ability to show that. And now it's like with treatment, yes, I can talk it out. And it's like, I don't know who needs to hear this, but you know what? You're not alone. And if you honestly think you have no one, before I call that hotline, I called 2 people. And it's okay. Because I know what I did. I know I pushed people away because I don't want to be a burden to anyone. I don't. I went from being the super independent person doing all this badass crazy shit for a girl because I was always in competition with myself, in competition with the world, because I always thought I was being, like, people was always out to get me. And I don't like that. I don't like people being defensive because they're like, oh, I don't know, if we tell her something, she's gonna flip the fuck out and da-da-da-da. And, I don't want people to ever feel that way when they see me, like, oh my God, you gotta be on pins and needles around me. I don't want to be that. I like being happy. I like being comfortable with myself. I like finally having a voice and I can say what the fuck I want and I have no repercussions behind it and no regrets. So don't give up. Don't push the people that love you away, because sometimes they're like, that's what she wants. That's what he wants. Just leave him alone. He'll come get us when he wants to, or she'll come call us when she wants to. But when you go so far or not speaking to no one, you honestly don't know how to start a conversation. You honestly go through panic attack just to think about leaving your home because of the paranoia and the voices. So if you're going through anything, you honestly think you completely alone, you still got a voice. There's always a hotline. And you know what? I don't care who the fuck you are. If you can't get a hotline, you can't get no one, and you're following me and you seeing this video, call me. Call me. You understand? Because I can relate. And I know what it is not to have someone be like, yo, talk me down from this. Please tell me, like, don't, like, talk me down from what I'm hearing right now. So if you're going through any kind of mental illness, don't be ashamed. Get help. Let people know what you're going through. And I get it. If I would have made it, I'm not being a hypocrite, but I get it. I know if I would have made it known about my condition, I would have never been able to work in the fire department. I would have never been able to be a paramedic. I would have never been able to work in pediatrics because they automatically think we're not stable enough. And I never said that to no one because I didn't want to lose my kids. I didn't want my husband to look at me a certain way, you know, so I kept it a secret. And with the accident, sorry, your brain is going to do what the fuck your brain is going to do, especially if you go through a massive traumatic episode. So it's like, you can hide it but so much. So it's like, I get it, I understand, but don't be embarrassed. And before you get to the point that you're so inverted and you don't know how to come back from it, just talk. Just talk. And if you honestly have no one, because you pushed everybody away, and you don't know a phone number to a hotline, or there's not a support group in your area, call me. Anybody that knows me, I'm late for everything. But if you call me at a certain time, I mean, like, yo, that has to be something serious. Even if you're a complete stranger, because you don't realize what a voice on the other side can do. You don't realize that at all. So, for whoever is hearing this in the internet world, it's okay. You're not a misfit. You're not broken. I'm not broken. God made me like this. I don't have any missing pieces. This is how he envisioned me. You understand? So it's like, you're fine. You're not abnormal. It's not all in your head. Talk. Talk to your family. Let them know what's going on before you get to the point that you pushed everyone away and all you have is a hotline. You know, so I'm just, had to put this out there. I'm at work, looking all crazy, got my hair up. I'm just like, don't give a fuck. I was getting ready to snatch this shit off of me, like, fuck this shit. I'm leaving, fuck this job. I'm going through all these issues. Like, imagine that shit. I would have walked off my site mid-shift because my brain was telling me da-da-da-da-da-da. And that call, that stranger that picked up that line, basically just saved my job. And probably saved me from getting into other reckless shit. Because I know if I would have left here crying and angry and mad, and I would have gotten in my car driving 120 miles an hour, I probably would have not made it home today. So, if you're feeling any kind of which way that's not you, get help. That doesn't make you weak. If anything, you're winning, bitch. You winning. It shows that you love yourself enough that you're like, I need help. Go get it. And if you honestly have no one, don't be ashamed. I wasn't. Because I want to live. I want to see my grandbabies. So, hug somebody, talk to somebody, call a hotline. And if you have none of that available, call me. I'll pick up. I'll listen. I can relate. I'm not a survivor. I'm not. I'm a warrior. Because every day I fight. Every day. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm rah-rah anyway. I'm Dominican from the projects in Brooklyn. I'm ready to fight all day. On site. So, with that being said, you're not alone. Sometimes a complete stranger might save your life. Who wants to be normal anyway? Fuck that shit. I like being crazy. So, I hope somebody gets to listen to this. It's okay. It's okay. You're perfect. God made you that way. Fuck everybody else. With my fucked up nails. You know y'all bitches got fucked up nails too. At least I got one off. But hey, I'm hanging in there for one more week. Okay, guys. Good morning, good night. Teddy loves you.